Now let's learn how to differentiate the sum of two functions. That's called the sum rule. And learn how to differentiate a function multiplied by a constant. That's called the constant multiple rule. So let's look at the sum of two functions, f of x plus g of x, and take its derivative. So according to the definition, that's the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h plus g of x plus h. So that's the first bit, minus f of x plus g of x. So that's the second term, all divided by h. And then we can regroup terms. So we can have an f of x plus h minus f of x and a g of x plus h minus g of x. So we can split this into two pieces. So the limit as h goes to 0. So the first piece is just f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. And then the second piece we can write as the limit as h goes to 0 of g of x plus h minus g of x divided by h. And these two are just the definitions of the derivative of f and the derivative of g. So this becomes f prime of x plus g prime of x. So the sum rule is that the derivative of the sum is the sum of the derivatives. Okay, a very simple rule. The constant multiple rule says that what happens if we take the derivative of a constant times f of x. So we take this derivative. If we use the definition, this is the limit as h goes to 0 of c of f of x plus h minus c of f of x divided by h. The c factors out, so this is c, which doesn't depend on h, times the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, which is just the derivative. So this is c times f prime of x. So the constant multiple rule is quite simple. The derivative of a constant times a function is equal to the constant times the derivative of the function. Okay, these are two very simple rules that are easy to remember. Let's look at an example. Let's differentiate a quadratic polynomial. So the derivative then of ax squared plus bx plus c is just the derivative of ax squared, which we can use the power rule. So that's 2 times ax, plus the derivative of bx. Using the power rule, the derivative of x is 1, so that's plus b, plus the derivative of a constant. So the derivative of a constant is 0. A constant is just a horizontal line, and the slope of the tangent line to the slope of the tangent line to a horizontal line is just 0. Okay, so we have the derivative of a quadratic is a linear function. The second derivative then of the quadratic is the derivative of the derivative. So the derivative of 2ax is 2a. The derivative of b is 0. So the second derivative of the quadratic is just 2a. And then we go one more, and the third derivative of the quadratic is a derivative of 2a. The derivative of a constant is just 0. And all other higher derivatives then are also 0. So let me summarize. I've derived the sum rule. The sum rule is that the derivative of the sum of two functions is the sum of their derivatives. and I've derived the constant multiple rule, which is the derivative of a constant times a function is a constant times the derivative of a function. As an example, we took the derivative of a quadratic polynomial. You now know how to take the derivative of any polynomial. I'm Jeff Chasnov. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.